What's up, everybody? It's Ghatla, and welcome back to some more Magic Arena. Today we're playing another Premier Draft of March the Machine. Without further ado, let's get into the pack one, pick one, where we get to take up another great monocolored rare or mythic, this time Monastery Mentor. Last time, we also had a great white rare to start our draft off. It was like the big angel thing, so it's kind of like surprising. Start with a great white rare twice in a row, but we're just going to take the super powerful monocolored card and see if we get to do some nasty things with Monastery Mentor. If it weren't in the pack, Halo Forager is excellent, but it's more restrictive, tying us into two colors. So we'll lock in a Monastery Mentor here, see where we can go from there. Okay, pick number 2. I like the Skyclave Aerialist a lot, an early flyer that can flip and join another card later. Eyes of Gataxis is another 2-for-1 value play. Baral doesn't do all that much. These white spells aren't that good. Maybe the Swordsworn Cavalier, 2-mana 3/1 first strike. Kind of gnarly, but you do need to have a bunch of knights. This is a monk. Vesuvan Drifter, what do you even do? 3-mana, 2/4 flyer. Look at the top card of your library at any time at the beginning of combat. Reveal the top if it's a creature. It becomes a copy of that card, except it has flying as well. I mean, a 3-mana 2/4 flyer is already a really good deal in draft, so I might just take Vesuvan Drifter here actually over Aerialist. Interesting aftermath card here. Pick number 3, we've got the removal spell on a stick creature, the Alabaster Host Intercessor. If we really want to stay locked into white, that's fine. Preening Champion, though, is an excellent blue card, a 2/2 flyer and a 1/1 for 3. Great under the battlefield value, get us deeper into that color. I'm going to grab Preening Champion here. Pick number 4, blue remains looking great. There's Artistic Refusal and another Preening Champion. Both of these are excellent cards. I'm going to go for the Artistic Refusal. Just a huge counter spell by draft standards. Counter, draw 2, discard a card. Really good stuff, and the Convoke makes it a lot more affordable than it looks. Pick number 5. Finally, the blue has dried up. The white isn't that good either. Honestly, Overgrown Pest is likely the strongest card, being a 2/2 for 3 that draws you a card as well, especially if you have some double-faced cards, so you could hit non-lands with this as well. Pick number 6. Reasonable blue cards like Protocol Knight here. Plays really well with Preening Champion. Turn 3 Preening Champion, turn 4 Protocol Knight, always great in this set. We could also speculate on fixing because there are so many great rares that we might be splashing around for later in the draft. But I'm going to go for the Protocol Knight. Pick 7, Transcendent Message. I mean, it's a very heavy blue card, quadruple blue, but you can pay it off of Convoke as well, so your blue creatures help, which is really good with specifically Preening Champion because it's like 2 blue creatures off of 1 card. And blue is looking like the most open color so far, so I'm okay to be really deep into the color. This looks like a great blue draft pod. Come on in, Transcendent Message. Pick number 8. A lot more filler. Squadron, or like the White Trick, the Angelic Intervention. I don't really like playing Sailback because whenever there isn't an artifact or enchantment on board, it's very bad. And Rona's just not exciting enough to get us to take a double black card right now, so I'll just take Intervention, I guess. Plays really well with Monastery Mentor if that does end up being what we do. We're only 1 card into green and 1 card into white. We're fine to take another white card. Pick 9, there's nothing here. I mean, Hirobi, you can try to do some cute build around stuff, but kind of a double-edged sword. Each player is affected by it negatively. Just grab a Herd Beast. Herd Beast is a double-sided card that we can draw off of the Overgrown Pest, so that could be the case. And then that's a pick 10 Converter Beast. I like this card probably more than most. It's just a good defensive card, an 0/1 and a 5/5 from 1 spell. You have to spend 6 mana total over time, but since you split up those payments, it ends up being pretty efficient. Pretty cheap. Green Combat Trick, if that ends up being the case. I do like the Branch Burner and Blue-Red Convoke, but yeah, I mean, I guess I'm not going to be that sad to miss out on a green. Green combat trick. If we end up in green, we'll take the random convoke card. This invasion's really, really, really slow. I don't really want a big 8 mana doofus. I think there's plenty of great rares for really high mana value finishers, such as Transcendent Message. Okay, pack 2, pick 1. Great blue spells here. Fire's Dispersal, Temporal Cleansing for interaction, Omen Hawker to flip some eggs and stuff. Probably just going to take a blue card here, but Lannery's really cool. Joyful Storm Sculptor's very strong for blue-red Convoke with that Branch Burner. I'm not super committed to green or white, so we could speculate red here. I think the best pick is just taking a blue card because I'm just confident we're playing blue right now. I think I'm going to just go Dispersal. This card has been so great on every side of the table every time I've seen it. There's a great green rare, so we can just lock into green here. Keep things simple. We've already got plenty of filler green cards. 2 mana, 2/3. When it damages your opponent, you surveil 1, and if there's a land in your grave, you put it back to the battlefield tapped. So we'll take that. Go green, blue. If we get a lot of fixing, maybe we'll throw a Monastery Mentor in there too. But for now, looks like a very solid blue-based, blue-green build. Okay, well that's probably good for me. 5 mana, 4/5, Vigilance, Ward 3. Whenever you cast a Kraken, Leviathan, Octopus, or Serpent... What? Never mind. Never mind. I don't have any of those. When you get past the Simic Mythic, but it's because it doesn't do anything. Blighted Burgeoning is great in like every green deck, so I'm happy to take that, but I got really excited to see a Kiora, and then she just doesn't do anything. And I guess in theory we can find a few of those card types. Whoa, Ghatla and Mavrin. Or Mavrin? This card is wild. Double white's a lot, but this card is really, really quite strong. I'm going to take that. I guess we're going to do another 3-color deck. It does feel like a lot of these March of the Machine decks are going to end up being kind of 3-color piles. Green, blue, white this time around. Vesuvan Drifter, flip Ghatla and Mavrin from the top would be incredible. Be really funny. Okay, there's no fixing for what we're doing. There's only black fixing here. Tidal Terror is an Octopus. Tidal Terror is an Octopus. It's a good card to flip with Vesuvan Drifter. I'm going to go Tidal Terror here over Aurelia. I don't think I'm going to go so deep as to try to play double green, double white, quadruple blue, double red, double white. That's a bit much. Need some more 2-mana plays to not fall behind against curve outs. We want 2-mana plays, we want fixing, we want removal. We've got power in here. There we go. Oracle of Tragedy is a great one. Ah, there's fixing though. There's a green-white dual land. This is also, it's not fixing, but draw a card, discard a card, giving us that card selection, discarding some off-color card for other cards, or some extra land we don't need, trying to get closer to the lands we do. I do think Oracle of Tragedy is like really quite flexible, quite helpful. I think it's worth taking over Blossoming Sands. Awkwardly. That's very good on our mana curve right now. We're not going to play a triple green card, despite it being reasonable. We'll just take an Assailant. I'm honestly not that excited about the Assailant either, though. Okay, these are the 3 cards I'm really thinking about cutting, maybe even Assailant as well. If we get enough good playables, we can cut these 4. Pick 8. Nothing exciting, so we could take the Dune Shaper just because it's a flip card that we might be able to draw off of the Pest, but I'm really not that deep into white, so probably not. Once again, flip card because of Pest. but set it aside to the probably cut pile. Choose a permanent in your graveyard. If it has mana value 3 or less, put it on the battlefield. If you don't, put it into your hand. It's the only thing we could play. It's kind of interesting. Probably a bit narrow. Speaking of narrow, I'm gonna play this Cura. We have one octopus. We're ready to go. Come on in, Cura. This is happening. You can't stop me. Another Herd Beast for a flip card with Overgrown Pest. And then we will not play a Carapace. We've taken no lands, so we can just start cutting these cards. Let's drop Halo Hopper, Cosmic Rebirth. 24, we need to cut one more. Dune Shaper. Open up probably the best white rare in the set. So we're just green, blue, splashing incredible white rares. Come on in, Boonbringer Valkyrie. Really no argument against this card. First strike, flying, lifelink 4 forward order to be a really good deal, but you're also putting a counter on the board, jumping something else into the sky, giving it that flying first strike, lifelink. Meeting of Minds is not mana fixing, but the more cards you draw, the more, like the farther through your deck you will get, the more likely you are to see the right colors of lands, because you have more opportunities to draw them. So draw spells are good when you're splashing around too. Draw spells are sort of Blue's ways of trying to make their mana a little bit more consistent. This pack is not good for us. Another Assailant, maybe? Not into it. Portent Tracker is good. We don't have any red cards, so Highlands does not help. Let's take Portent Tracker. We still want 2 mana plays. Let's grab that. Cut a white card. There's a blue-white dual land for us. Perfect. The 5-color Omnath. Don't think I'm going to be bold enough to make that happen at any point during this flashback trip, sadly. Goreclaw is fun with beefy stuff. Makes Ghatla and Mavrin cost less. The Herd Beasts all cost less. This Kami is fixing, though, and the Surveyor's fixing. I gotta take fixing. There's also interaction here. All of the good stuff clumped up into one pack. Don't worry about it. I'll draw the perfect colors. I'm taking Goreclaw. We'll just draw perfectly like last draft. Last draft had a much better mana base than this, though. If I'm trying to win this draft, I'm absolutely supposed to cut Kiora. I'm here for the moral victory. What is this? Return all non-creature, non-land permanents to owner's hand? Okay, that doesn't do anything, so nothing in this pack does anything for us. I'm gonna play this weird Vengeant Earth thing just to have more stuff to do early. Sure. Play that instead of Squadron. And I will not play any of this. Not play any of this. Maybe my strongest white cards are double white, and my mana fixing isn't very good. So maybe I'm supposed to play blue as the splash here. On these little dirtily Dune Shapers and the Shauna. I kind of feel like I'm supposed to do that. Just make sure we can consistently have double white so that we're winning any game that we draw Valkyrie and Ghatla and Mavern in. It's a strat. It's a strat. Then I can play the Storm the Seed course too. We can go lower curve. I mean, what if I even just don't play blue at all? I don't think we can quite get there. Got to play at least a tiny bit of blue. I mean, I could just run this. This is a deck. If I'm running just like one blue card, what am I playing? Vesuvan Drifter. Vesuvan Drifter is really funny with Ghatla and Mavern, but also fixing ain't great. Just gonna go good rares, pure green-white here. Probably should have pivoted onto like this sort of deck a little earlier. We could have had a little bit better filler here instead of like a couple Vengeance Earths, but looks like a fine deck. We will call it a deck here, hop into the gameplay, and see how far this one can take us. All right, here we are on the play for game one. This makes it look like we drafted a perfect deck. Jesus. That Curve, Dune Shaper, Wayfinder, Monastery Mentor. All right. Let's get this curve going. Opponent took a mulligan here. We did hit a land right on time. We are going to go 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop. Gift of Completion does not block right now. Things are looking even better for us. We're going to get a Wayfinder trigger. We'll see if we hit a land off of it. We do not. Sadness. But we do get a good Surveil. Get that 5 mana card out of the way because we do not want to draw that. We'll set up their 3/3 blocker. Play a little Berserker and make it a 4/4. We just say go squad go. Cool. Go pro colorless. Keep everybody around. Death Toucher. Hate to see that. Just go Herd Beast pass. I kind of think I flip this. Trample over the Death Toucher, trade with the 4/4 here. Okay. They're down to 9. Death Toucher's gone. There's a double chumper thanks to Iker Drinker. Gotta play somebody big enough to attack into the 4/4, so come on out, Herb Beast. There's the removal on Monastery Mentor. They're on all spells in their hand. Top decked the 4th land. An Ayara. Wow, so they're just like mono black. X to an opponent, you gain X. Oh, Ayara is really strong. It's going to be very hard to try to race through. Flip a Herd Beast. Kill Iker Drinker in the 4/4. I guess. Excuse me. They are 2-color. They're black-white. What's the flip side of Ayara? Return an artifact or creature from your grave to the battlefield. Give it haste, sack it in the end step. Ayara is super scary. Phyrexian Awakening, get a 4/4. Why they gotta be so chunky? Okay, that's a great draw. They kill the Sunblessed Guardian here with a double block. Take 6. And we get a Wayfinder Surveil. I think we're killing Ayara despite the Phyrexian being bigger. Surveil a land away and put it onto the board. Traumatic Revelation, my pest. Dune Shaper, so we got a 4/3 trample coming in. We trade the 4/5 into the 4/4 to clear things out of the way. Oh, they didn't activate their egg, so they've got something else. Trade it into Angelic Intervention, sure. Doombringer drain some life here. I think I just take this because we've got that angel that can jump things into the sky. We also have a second Storm the Seed Core. Yeah, we have some pretty lethal draws if we keep the 4/3 around. The Death Touch backup card also. Death Touch Trample would be really rude here. All spells all day over there still. And we are just drawing lands. They might get out of this one. Converter Beast is enough to buy us one more turn. Playing off the top. Man, rough draws there. We had a great aggressive start, but then they had a lot of like 4/4 and 5/5s early to slow us down quite a bit. And then they just had more spells through that grand scheme of things. Close game though. Sad way to start it. 0-1 heading into game 2. All right, here we are on the draw for game 2. Sunblessed Guardian into War Historian into Goreclaw, I guess. Just a little green-white curve out as you do. Dune Shaper for us. Cool. Some lands. Okay. Trade of Fertilid's Favor for War Historian. That's one of the better combat tricky kind of cards though, since they do get to keep the counters around forever. They are really ramping too. Ramp from Favor and some ramp from Invasion of Zendikar. Once during each of your turns, you can cast an aura or equipment from your graveyard. They don't have any. Okay. We have a lot of lands. Send in a 5-power trampler and a 6-power trampler, right? Actually, we can send in a whole lot here. So we can flip the Dune Shaper too. They block there. I think I'm setting everybody, right? Because they kind of have to block these gigantic trampoline things. So the Guardian's just getting more damage in. Unless they have some like Convoke way to buff their lifelinker. Yeah, they're down to 1. Vorinclex is cool, but not enough to save them, especially if I do this. There's the concession from our opponent. That is 1-1, heading into game 3. Okay, here we are on the play for game 3. Vengeant Earth could be cute with Goreclaw. If they play a good creature here, though, I'll just force the block rather than waiting. That is not a creature. I am not gonna play Vengeant Earth just to poke for 4. Especially since I drew the Assailant. Green, black, and blue. The trade into Guardian is not the greatest for me because of Guardian's flip ability being really strong. So I'll just send an Assailant here, and if they want to trade with that, that's fine. So I could flip the Guardian attack with 2 4/4s from the Guardian. I don't know if there's a way to order it to where Goreclaw is going to buff both of them, but I'll try. Open the way, ramp up. Okay, let's just go big here then. Send everybody in. We want this to happen first and then Goreclaw. Sick, there is a way. That's beautiful. What a board. 17 damage coming at them. It's all got trample except the Death Toucher. So just take 15 and trade into Death Touch. What a turn. Let's go. One blocker is way too few. So that will be 2-1 heading into game number 4. This is a really risky hand because our best cards are really expensive. None of our early plays actually have any permanent impact on the board. But I want to play Ghatla and Mavrin, so I'm going to keep a bad hand. This is almost definitely supposed to be a mulligan. That was a really bad draw. Double Storm the Seed Core with no creatures in the hand. Invasion of Dominaria. Gain some life, draw a card. At least they're on a slow start. That gives us time. And then a great rare. Drana and Linvala take all of our creatures' activated abilities, right? Yes. So Vengeant Earth can kill Drana and Linvala. Because that is a triggered ability that forces the block. Beautiful. Actually fantastic work from Vengeant Earth, somehow. Bola Slinger, just a 3/3 tapper. And a Scornblade Berserker. 7 mana for Ghatla and Mavrin. If I play Burgeoning this turn, then I will have 7 mana next turn. So we'll just get a token instead of a Herd Beast right now. Double Bola Slinger. Just make the 5/5 chonker. Clear out Invasion of Dominaria here and get their... What do they get? I can't see it under all your triggered abilities. Oh, a 4/4 Flying Vigilance? Oh no. And I can't even chump block if I want to. That's super, super bad. Alright, so we just have to swing for the fences here. We need to just drop Ghatla and Mavrin and hope they can't kill it. If they have no removal in our hand, we have a chance. Otherwise, we're going to die to this board. So we just go all in on Ghatla and Mavern here. And that is our big out, as if they can stick around. Yeah, that's kind of it. Elashnorn 2. Okay. That'll do it. They couldn't kill Ghatla and Mavern, so maybe we stood a chance without Elish. Tapped and attacking. Hold up. I think because of Elashnorn, this is still not enough. Oh, it's the number of attacking creatures? Oh, greatest power among other attacking creatures. Okay, if it did it by itself, maybe we stood a chance. But obviously, I couldn't get the 1/1s because Elashnorn just kills all the 1/1s. Dang it. All right. That'll get me there. Yeah, greatest power among other attacking creatures. Or 1/1's equal to the number of other attacking creatures. Dang. If Ghatla counted its own power, I guess that would just be extra busted, though, because it has like 12 power up front. All right, that was a really, really strong hand from our opponent. It was a bit slower, so I guess there was a chance that if we had mulliganed and we drew into a really quick hand, maybe we could have gotten there before Elish came down, but probably not. That was going to be an uphill battle there for sure. We are 2-2 heading into game number 5. All right, game number 5 now. We are on the draw for this one. We're starting on turn 3 because we don't have a white source, and then I top decked a white source. So we get to curve out 2, 3, and 4 drop, which means pretty much the perfect kind of opener that you want. You just want to curve out your early plays and see where the game goes from there. This is already really bad. Okay, it's not as bad as it looked, but it's not good. I got a big old menace ward creature. But it doesn't really do anything when it attacks. Unless they get a legend into their graveyard. I think I'm just trying to do the Goreclaw curve out again, where we play Goreclaw on 4 and then flip the Guardian on 5 alongside it. And if somehow the Guardian manages to stick around a very long time, we can storm the Seed Core on the Guardian so that its clone comes with a bunch of counters too. Actually, I think I'm going to send Assailant here and try to get some of these annoying blockers out of the way for the rest of my stuff to not die on the attack. Yep, Death Toucher for Death Toucher is fair. Ooh, the fight spell. Gross. No Goreclaw shenanigans. Try to storm the Seed Core cheese. It's going to be almost impossible to stop them from flipping this Invasion of Muragonda, so I think we just go gamble on the cheese fest here. Go for it. And they've got the removal. Okay. We got the Death Toucher for the Plasm. I guess they can give anything +2/+2, make it lose all of its abilities. They can make our creature lose all of its abilities as well, but while it won't have Death Touch anymore, it'll still be a 4-power blocker if they do that. They've only got 2 other cards in their hands. This isn't completely over, but we're definitely not in the lead here. Might have to Converter Beast to try to get the 5/5 ready to go. Take a big hit for a turn to do that. I think it's worth it. Go to 14. Another creature. Monastery Mentor plus Serpent's Blade Assailant, and then maybe, just maybe, Storm the Seed Core. I don't know. They are at 10. We have 11 power. We're at 14, they're attacking for 10. How risky is it to just take all this? I'm so tempted to take this and just try to cheese them out with Storm the Seed Core on the crackback. They have to do an extra 4 damage to us out of nowhere. They have a single green for trying to like +4/+4. Black, like life loss stuff, I don't think we'd be doing 4 here. If I try to go like trading for a long game, I trade a 4/3 into a 4/4, take 6, go to 8, and just have small stuff. I don't think the long game is more likely to win. I think our best bet is Storm the Seed Core cheese. Uh-oh, are they holding up a counterspell here? I mean, everybody's got vigilance. They're dead even with 1 removal spell. They need double removal. Double interaction, no! Oh god. I think they got us then. Another creature too, yeah, 4 blockers against our 3 attackers. That is a tragedy. Yep, that's lethal on board thanks to the menace. Ah, I was so close. Alright. GG. Is that 2 and 3 now? Are we out of this one? Or are we still in it? Two and 3. Ah, tragedy strikes. All right. Fair enough. This deck was pretty average. I think the biggest mistake that we made here was sticking so glued to the blue. I mean, obviously, blue was giving us a lot of really good cards in pack one, right? The first pack we had Vesuvan Drifter, Preening Champion, Artistic Refusal, and Transcendent Message. So it's really easy with that stack of blue cards to like feel so tied to the color. But like once we started pushing onto these double white rares, we really should have like fully pushed to them. Because I was still dancing around with maybe being a 3-color deck throughout the draft, but not getting enough fixing to do that. And so it just ended up with me taking too many like random mediocre blue cards when we could have been taking slightly better green and white cards and had a stronger core to just a green-white deck here. I think the real deciding factor here that meant we should have pushed white was that these are both double white, right? Like it's going to be really, really hard without great mana to just be trying to splash multiple double white rares. The Monastery Mentor, I mean, fair enough, but having these double white rares, I should have just committed to white sooner and not danced around with blue, because it ended up with some filler cards like Herd Beasts and Historian and stuff that could have been stronger. We could add a little bit more interaction and stuff. So because of that, we ended up with a pretty average deck. However, I do think it's probably like average, you know, like 3-3 or 4-3 rather than 2-3. We had some really close losses here today, sadly. That do pull it down a bit from where I would expect it to go on average, but it's certainly not a 7 winner. We certainly could have done better within the draft pod, getting just more pure Selesnya stuff with these really incredible rares. So that is what it is. 2 and 3. You win some, you lose some. You 7-2, you 2-3. That is the way of Magic. But that is going to end today's video. As always, I'd like to thank my patrons and YouTube members for their support, as well as you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it and you're interested in seeing some more, you can always like, comment, and subscribe to tell the YouTube algorithm to send some more in your recommended feed. If you'd like to support the channel directly, you can check out the Patreon link in the description below. And other than that, as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon for some more Magic Arena.